And what were epicycles? They were a little type of mustard
No.
that makes deer stand still?
They're shaped like
They're
this.
a weird little shape. You gonna draw one for us there? Circles on circles, huh? Okay.
Copernicus said that, but no one would listen to him because it wasn't as accurate as Ptolemy's.
That's right. Okay, Tabitha. Are the stars all the same as the sun, or are they just really tiny compared to the sun? Is the sun a star, or is it different from the stars? It is a star, isn't it? Very good. Can you tell me what's that big silly word that we use to remember the planets? M Vem Jason P. Very good. Can you tell me any of those planets? How many of the planets can you tell me? Mercury, Venus. Which one are we on? Starts with an E. The one we're on starts with an E. Earth. Mercury, Venus, Earth. Earth. One Earth, huh? And then what's the next one? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Jupiter. Saturn. Neptune. Uranus. The Eurotas is a river in Sparta. Uranus, and what's the last one? What's the last planet? The very last silly teeny tiny one. They won't even let it be a planet anymore. Pluto, very good.
They won't let Pluto be a planet.
It's kicked out of the planetary club.
What
No,
about Zero?
that's not a planet either. Alright. Oh, let's see. We did learn about, because you remember we learned about the death of Socrates, right?
Yeah.
So we learned about that war between Athens and Sparta.
Yeah.
Now that comes after these Persian wars we learned about yesterday. So we learned about these Persian wars. Socrates isn't even born yet when we're learning about these Persian wars, okay? So then Socrates comes around, then Athens and Sparta have their trouble. Well, so we're going to skip forward to that time. Athens withdrew behind its big old city walls and used its boats to
Bring them food.
food from Egypt. Very good. But eventually the boats were interrupted for what happened? Why did the boats...
Sparta surrounded Athens, and then Persia and helped Sparta because they didn't have a good navy. And Persia, Athens had about 200 boats, and they sunk about... They let them have 12 ships, and that wasn't enough to feed everyone. So, Sparta took over Athens.
Well, I'll correct you a little bit. You had most of it right, but the ships, they wouldn't let the ships go get grain at all. They allowed them to keep 12 of the ships only after Athens allowed their walls to be destroyed. So Sparta came in, tore down the walls, and allowed them to keep 12 ships. There was no food at all coming into the city. So not even the 12 ships were allowed to go out during the war. All right.
And the ships carried slaves.
All right. Brandon. King Philip, the king of Macedonia, had his capital at a city called
Pella.
Pella. He had a son named
Let's see.
King Philip's son, Alexander. Very good. King Philip spent his life. And then he wanted to.
Destroy the old Greece.
But then he.
And then he died.
Yeah, and his son.
Took over his place.
Yeah, and did what?
Destroyed the old Greece.
Yeah, destroyed Lower Greece. And then what? And then he just stayed in Greece and became king of Greece forever?
No, and then he started destroying like about Sparta, whatever. And he built a part of Africa.
And he started a city in Africa called?
Let's see, Alexandria.
Alexandria. Very good. Okay. Alexander the Great was leading the Greek armies, and he came to an island 2 miles offshore that wouldn't give up. What did he do?
He just crossed it.
Crossed what?
Crossed the river.
No, it's 2 miles offshore, out in the sea, and they wouldn't surrender to him. You remember what he did about them? Human. What did he do to that city?
It was Tyre, and he made a bridge of rocks and dirt across the ocean to it, and then he had these boats with big towers on the front of them. There were walls on the front, on the top, and the guys on top could shoot out of them with arrows, and their guys went over the bridge, knocked down just a small part of their walls, ran in there, and before Hammurabi, he tried to get this city, and he tried for 13 years, and he still didn't get it.
But Alexander got it, didn't he? All right. Can you tell me about? There's another city that became very, very famous. We still use this word today to mean someone who's just crazy about something. This came from a battle Alexander had.
Zealot.
A zealot. Can you tell me about that? What happened there? Remember?
The city that started with a Z, I can't remember its name. Alexander went up there and made a huge dirt ramp up to it. Because
where was it?
It was on a tall cliff, and he made a big dirt ramp up there that took 2 years. And then when he got there, they just killed themselves.
They killed themselves, huh? They wouldn't even allow him to come in and kill them. Very good.
But he didn't have to lose any of his soldiers. He just
Right? He didn't even have to go through the battle, huh?
they killed themselves, so they didn't have to kill anyone.
His name is Zelos or something.
Zelos was the city's name, huh? That's why we call them zealots now, huh? All right. Is there anything I forgot to ask any of you that you want everybody out there to know you guys know?
Okay. Huh?
What do you know that I forgot to ask you?
Nothing.
Nothing? Maybe Archimedes' law of levers?
Yeah.
Who can tell me about that?
Weight times.
You were first up, I think.
Weight times distance equals weight times distance on a balanced lever.
On a balanced lever, very good. Okay. Anything else? Anybody?
I got it. You can measure things with the flow of water, because the weight pushing the water up.
Yeah, with the crown, Archimedes and the golden crown, huh?
And if you put a pencil inside water, it kind of looks like it's bent.
That's right. Do you remember the Greek scientist who was working on that, and I think he called it refraction and reflection, right? What light does? Who was the Greek scientist who was working on that?
Archimedes.
He did some, that's right. Who else?
Ptolemy.
Ptolemy, yeah, very good. All right. Anybody, anything else?
Huh.